At 72 years old, Telly Savalas stunned fans with a rare admission. She was the only one who could do that to me. For a man best known as television's toughest cop, Kojak, the confession peeled back the armor and revealed a softer, deeply human side that few had ever seen. Born Aristotle Telly Savalas on January 21, 1922 in Garden City, New York, he was the proud son of Greek immigrants. His childhood was marked by hard work, tradition, and discipline, values that would remain with him for life. But Hollywood wasn't waiting for him. His path was winding. He served in the U.S. Army during World War II, worked an assortment of jobs, and eventually studied psychology at Columbia University. He began his career not in front of the camera, but behind it, working for the U.S. State Department's Information Service and later drifting into broadcasting. Yet, destiny had other plans, and by the late 1950s he was standing under the bright lights of stage and screen. Savalas's first real break came in 1959 with an appearance on Armstrong Circle Theater in an episode titled "And Bring Home a Baby." The CBS drama series specialized in stories inspired by real-life events, and it was the perfect gateway into television for the then unknown actor. Though Hollywood was crowded with ambitious newcomers, Savalas stood out. His natural charisma, deep voice, and magnetic presence hinted at the greatness to come. Between 1959 and 1967, he built an enviable resume, appearing in shows like Naked City, The 11th Hour, Breaking Point, The Untouchables, The Fugitive, and The FBI. He also turned up in Western favorites such as Bonanza and espionage thrillers like The Man from UNLEI. Each role sharpened his skills from playing hardened villains to vulnerable supporting characters. Producers began to recognize that this actor could take even a small part and make it unforgettable. One of his most memorable early appearances was as Brother Hendrickson on 77 Sunset Strip. In this stylish detective series, he demonstrated his knack for mixing seriousness with humor. He also appeared in Acapulco, adding yet another flavor to his expanding portfolio. In 1965, Savalas made a career-defining choice for his role as Pontius Pilate in The Greatest Story Ever Told. He shaved his head completely bald. It was a daring move in an era when leading men rarely abandoned their hair, but it worked. His bald look became his signature, a bold visual trademark that helped him stand apart. Playing Pilate required gravitas and complexity, and his performance convinced audiences and critics alike that he could hold his own in major motion pictures. By the early 1960s, Savalas was often cast in tough or villainous roles. His deep voice and piercing eyes made him perfect for characters with authority and menace. In The Young Savages, 1961, and Birdman of Alcatraz, 1962, he earned critical acclaim, even receiving an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. This established him as far more than just a television face. He was now a serious Hollywood contender. The roles kept coming. The Dirty Dozen, 1967, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, 1969, where he played the infamous Bond villain Ernst Stavro Blofeld, and Kelly's Heroes, 1970. By then, audiences everywhere knew Telly Savalas. Though his film career was thriving, it was television that gave him immortality. In 1973, he became Theo Kojak, the charismatic New York detective in CBS's Kojak. With his sharp suits, ever-present, lollipop, and the unforgettable catchphrase, "Who loves you, baby?" Savile created one of the most enduring characters in TV history. Kojak wasn't just entertainment. The show tackled heavy themes like drug addiction, poverty, and corruption, blending gritty realism with charisma. For his work, Savalas won both an Emmy Award and a Golden Globe. Even after the series ended in 1978, he reprised the role in several television movies, proving Kojak was more than just a part. It was a legacy. Surprisingly, Savalas also became a recording star. His deep, soothing voice lent itself to spoken word and singing albums, particularly in Europe. In 1975, his rendition of Bread's If hit #1 on the UK singles chart. For fans, it was yet another side of Telly, the tough guy with a surprisingly tender voice. Love and family. Savalas' personal life was as eventful as his career. He married 3 times. In 1948, he wed Catherine Nicolites, his college sweetheart. Though rooted in love and tradition, the marriage ended in 1957. In 1960, he married Marilyn Gardner, a theater teacher with whom he had 2 children. They divorced in 1974. Finally, in 1984, he married Julie Havland, with whom he had 2 more children. This marriage brought him the stability and family-centered life he longed for in his later years. Through it all, his devotion to his children was clear, and he remained close to his extended family despite the challenges of divorce and fame. Despite his image as Hollywood's tough, bald hero, Telly Savalas revealed in one rare interview that there was one woman who truly touched his soul. Stefanie Powers, the acclaimed actress known for Heart to Heart with uncharacteristic vulnerability. He admitted she was the only one who could do that to me. He explained that Stefanie had a way of breaking through his defenses, seeing beyond the tough guy exterior. She could see right through me, he confessed. She knew when I was putting up walls and she never backed down. Their bond, he revealed, wasn't simply about romance, but about being truly seen, understood, and respected. For a man who built his reputation on strength and independence, this admission revealed a side of him rarely glimpsed, the man beneath, the legend. In his final years, Savalas lived at the Sharan Universal Hotel in Universal City, California, a place he called home for 20 years. He was such a fixture there that the hotel renamed its bar Telly's in his honor. On January 22, 1994, one day, after his 72nd birthday, Telly Savalas passed away following complications from prostate and bladder cancer. His funeral at St. Sophia Greek Orthodox Church reflected his deep pride in his heritage and faith. His wife Julie, his children, his brother Gus, and even his former wives Catherine and Marilyn attended, a testament to the enduring ties he maintained throughout his life. He was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills, alongside many of Hollywood's greats. Telly Savalas lived a life as bold as his screen presence, from immigrant roots and war service to academy, award recognition, and global stardom as Kojak. Yet his most surprising legacy may be his quiet confession that beneath the lollipop and the tough guy image was a man capable of deep vulnerability and love. As he said of Stefanie Powers, "No one else ever managed to touch me like she did." In that revelation, Telly Savalas gave the world one final gift, proof that even the strongest among us can be moved, undone, and made human by love.